Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining us, friends. I was just jamming to Beyonce right before we started. Had to get my power up. So good evening. Thank you for joining us for the showcase closing event, our open mic, Power of the Spoken Word. Um, this is the conclusion of an amazing day of action centering racial justice. This event, this whole day experience has been a partnership, a curation partnership between New Haven Pride Center and the Festival of Arts and Ideas. My name is Ala Ashumare. I am the youth program manager here at New Haven Pride Center. That's my email. Before we begin our closing event for today, I want to continue to take up as much space as possible and honor the land and acknowledge the land that we are on. The New Haven Pride Center and the International Festival of Arts and Ideas were founded and operate on the traditional lands of the Mohegan, the Mashantucket Pequot, the Eastern Pequot, the Schaghticoke, the Golden Hill Paugussett, the Wappinger, Niantic, and the Quinnipiac peoples. We hope that wherever you are, you take a moment to learn and honor the lands that you are and learn about the people's lands who you now occupy. You can learn more about the lands that you are on at native-land.ca. I'm going to get that right before this day is over. I am so excited to introduce you to our amazing creatives that we have sharing a bit of their soul via the written prose. I am going to not take up any more of your time and give you what you came here for. And I want to introduce our first creative and artist, Sun Queen.
Thank you. It's a beautiful day to be alive. I am Black. I am a woman. I am queer. I am alive. I am investing in myself. I am the seeds and sunflowers. I am the butterfly. Someone prayed for me to have another chance. Someone prayed that I make it home safe. And I've learned how to manage what's on my plate. I am healthy and healing. And the world is big enough to hold space for my pain and progress. I am healing. So, Black girl, Black woman, understand this. You are made Black because you are powerful. You are Black without apology. You have a connection with the earth. You are the closest to the sun. You are magnificent. You are magical. There isn't anything that you will let break you. Everything that's thrown in your path will only strengthen you. You are truth, wisdom, and light. So shine, Black girl, shine, Black woman. I made you Black because you are art. You are life. No one grinds like you. No one is resilient like you. Black girl, Black woman, you can start a fire and put it out. You are a first aid kit. You save lives. What other being has strong shoulders like you? You are a deity, a goddess, an empress, a queen. I made you Black for the world to get baptized in your frequencies. You enlighten souls. Do you taste your freedom? Rise, Black girl, rise, Black woman, and save the world because the world needs you. Peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Of course, talking on mute as usual. Talking on mute as usual.
It's all
Thank
right.
you so much for that, son. Are you gonna share another piece? Oh wait, you're muted. Oh wait, am I muted? Can I not hear you? The woes of the internet showcases that we have now. Oh wait, am I muted? Can I not? All right, while Sun joins us, I just want to say my favorite line of that is the world needs to bathe in your frequencies. Like, could you listen? I get my life from that every time I hear that. You and your words are amazing. It really just, I can never get enough of that right there. Um, hold on. Do, do, do. So I don't know if y'all know, but Sun has a book. I'm gonna take a second to plug her because she never plugs herself enough. She has a book, and I should have gotten it off my bookshelf. It's in the living room book, on the living room bookshelf. But it is called "It Happened Within the Sun," and you can find it anywhere. You can also find it on that big site that we're supposed to not use anymore, but that's the only thing that we can buy stuff from most of the time, Amazon. But you ready, Son? Nope. No, can't hear you. Oh, for a second. Oh, there you go.
You can't hear me?
Yes, now.
Oh, wow. I don't know what happened. All right, all right, all right. The system doesn't want to write us down for our true history, for our magic. Instead, they want to execute us for our existence. What justice is just us. Officers didn't sign up to protect and defend our blackness, but to falsify reports claiming we're not cooperating. Writing in their notes, we have a weapon. What's weapon? What's weapon? The pigment of my skin. The reality is we are dying every 28 hours. Some of us, we just don't make it to the news. Complaints of police violence get thrown away. And then there's IA. IA, what's internal investigation? Racism spreading like wildfire from Tulsa to Connecticut. Every day, my Black people are a target. How do I win? How do I win? The system keeps getting in my way. The system, it keeps getting in my way. I can't change the color of my skin. The criminal justice system is a problem. It harms us. The Constitution, it doesn't include us. They mad when we kneel, but they want to hose us down. The news paints a negative narrative. They want me to pledge to a flag that oppresses me, oppresses my people. Automatically, my people fit the description. This is America. America. Medical apartheid, institutional racism, genocide, mass incarceration, inequality, injustice. They want to stop us from breathing, walking, talking, driving, living, breathing, walking, talking, driving, breathing. They want to stop us. Their goal is to send us home to our mamas, to our families in body bags. America, America doesn't want us to win. And then there's white supremacy, voter suppression, knees in our backs, knees in our necks. And let's not forget the 26 shots and they didn't even knock. 26 shots and they didn't even knock. And then, yeah, BLM, they claim BLM is a terrorist group. All of this, all of this, all of this because the color of my skin. The system wants to hold me down. The system wants to hold me down. America, take your chains off of us. Mr. Officer, take your cuffs off of us. Oh, America, can't you see we are targets, being terrorized from dusk to dawn? Karens and Becky's always thinking we're robbing and stealing. America placed the war on Black lives. You reject and dehumanize us, and daily your goal is to eliminate us. With your Jim Crow policies, you honor badges over Black lives. Mr. Officer, stop murdering us. You won't win. You can't keep killing us with your 4.5 or 9mm. We, the people, have the power. You will not win. You got us twisted. We're gonna flex in our complexion. We love the color of our skin. We will win. We will win. Peace. Thank you.
We will win.
I believe that we will win.
Hey, yes, because your liberation is tied to mine, son.
Yes.
Oh wait, so I went and got the book while son was doing her spook. Oh wait, here it goes. It happened. Oh, this way. It
It
happened
happened
within
within the
the
sun. You can purchase that book directly from me,
sun.
or as Alice said, directly through me is absolutely fine.
Right. And get in touch with us at the Pride Center if you can't figure out if you can't find Sun on Facebook or Instagram. You can also find us, search her through Black Lives Matter New Haven. But there's my email, and just email me and I will email you. I will forward that thing so quick. You didn't even know. We talk about putting the hands and paying Black queer women.
Yes.
I just thank you for that, Sun. The balance, right? The balance. You don't have any more things, right? I forgot to ask you how many pieces you was doing. Do you have another piece or no?
Of course, I got another piece.
Right,
I
because you
mean,
got a whole book, sis. You got a whole book. In her book are spoken words. So
yes,
there's in here for each and every one of you.
it's a compilation of poetry. So, this piece is called The Summer's Prayer. Here we go. This is my summer's prayer. My summer kicked off last year, right? We were in the streets. And so this year I pray. And this year I am walking into the summer honoring the sun. This year I ask for the path to lead us closer to liberation. The summer breeze to produce justice, victory and divine protection from sunrise to sunset, and colonized concepts to be lost at sea, that I may freely and unapologetically be me. Where the sun beams on my sweet and rich melanin, I pray this summer is a showpiece of smiles, dances, ice cream, concerts, carnivals, Black joy, and so much more. I pray the summer is for healing. I pray this summer brings about change. See, I'd rather sun castles and to be sun kissed than to be in the streets with my fists up. This summer can be better if we drink culottes and commit to accountability. I pray, I pray, I pray. I can absorb sun rays. I pray the synergy between the seeds and the dirt create magical sunflowers. I pray the summer is bold enough to warm us with peace and justice. I pray this summer is bold enough to warm us with peace and justice.
Oh yes, thank you. That was the perfect one to end. Yes, thank you. I want magical sunflowers too, and sunflowers are my favorite flowers. So yes, I want magical sunflowers. And this summer is gonna be bold. This summer is gonna be bold and healing for each and every one of us on this showcase each and every one of you out in this beautiful audience watching and sharing this event. Make sure you hit the share button. Thank you so much, son. As usual, you came and bathed us in black joy frequencies and allowed and tapped into the inner me. Oh, what you hear my bars?
Bars, yes.
You hear my bars? You inspired them things.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. And of course, we know that you'll be back. And we appreciate you and love you and honor you and thank you so much. And make sure you contact me if you need to get her book or you can find her yourself, you know?
Yes. sunqueenrights.com.
Yes, 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 yes. We are going to bring in the next amazing artist. Like, I mean, this is where we started off. It's just amazing. Y'all are gonna get your lives tonight, okay? I want to bring on our next amazing creative and go.
Born with future generations in her womb, she embodies the present while connecting past and ponder, carrying wisdom yet to be comprehended, a vessel of all that is open-ended, all-knowing before action ever commences, creator of positive pretenses in the name of protection, no child inner or in real time left unattended or without proper fences, intuitively on top of things like only she can, a universal being of great demand. She is refuge, she is light, she is a constant amongst confusion. She is the eye of the storm, a hurricane of tears. She is the pieces that needs picking up when the flood disappears, never skipping a beat. During times of repair and reconstruction, occupying the same space. Admire her resiliency, but do not negatively add to her plate. Love her unconditionally, for she does not give in fractions. We swayed from side to side with each wave. Melanated splinter skin, bodies, head and tail laid for maximum room saved. Tragically made into servants with purpose perverted, a symbiosis of ritualistic delusion and barbaric inclusion. Adverse effects through the time's cascade. We swayed from the limbs of ambiguity and deceit to the beat of mindless mob banter, enslaved to the practice prattle passed on through the periods, generations fueled by misplaced hate, engendering accelerated equinoxes of deprecation, actively ignored traces of light. We swayed. We swayed like beautiful bright bulbs blooming under the sun, dancing in vertiginous winds, admired jealously. From the supported shadows of false supremacy, plucked from the roots, forcefully immersed in the vicissitudes, we swayed. Like patient boxers on a stage, transferring our weight until the proper opportunity to engage. You thought we were falling. Really, we're just being moved by spirit back into our truth before it was misconstrued, raped, exploited, abused. Seeds are external. Seeds are eternal. Thank you. Prayers to the darker duckling, the black sheep, the wrongfully deemed unworthy, discarded, demonized by religious lies, violently vilified, existing only to cry, stuck where it's near impossible to survive, let alone thrive. So often provoked and poked till your perseverance will dissolve. Adversaries always coming in full force, hands tied behind your back while embarking upon battles only on the uphill course. Remarkable beauty can stir hate in others beyond reason. Do not let the indecent deter you from your meaning. The most irreplaceable treasures derive from pressure. Celebrate your innate way to aim for better. Meditate and accept your texture. For you are gold. I just wanna fly, just wanna fly, just wanna fly. I just wanna dream, I just wanna dream, I just wanna dream. I just wanna try, I just wanna try, I just wanna try. I just wanna see, I just wanna see, I just wanna see. I just wanna give people a platform so that they can believe in something that's always sure. Stable shelter from the wild, wild storm. Be myself, cause the real will never expect more. Be myself, cause then myself just pause. Feeling every single curvy contour. Moving forward, moving past, focusing on what I deplore. Sometimes it takes the floor, blue ocean. Sometimes it takes the raw, amen, emotion. Hey, make it open to the hypnosis. They token so ferocious. Underlying like drugs, never getting us potent. Line after line, my heart is exposing. Time after time, cliches often chosen. Cliches often chosen. Comfort zones keep you closed in, snugger than a snuggie. Can't confront the flaws, hitting harder than rugby. Had he deal with mine, every day with tuggy. Oh, how very ugly. The path to redemption, the path to ascension. I killed my old self, I brought a few henchmen. Can't believe the amount of tension. Hard on the work, I'm talking stomach wrenching. But if I didn't do it, worse than lost pensions. Lost the self. Did I mention how ironic is this sentence? You know it's real when you're your own apprentice, but that's not me being irreverent. Just aware of my prevalence, my evanescence will become legend. Can't help but see me, for I am the pink elephant. I think they scared. I think they scared of us. We came prepared. In the truth we trust. We are aligned. Our shine, you can't stop it. There will be no more melanated bodies dropping, I promise. There are many humane options. Tired of murderers infiltrating as cops and other forms of authority. Or just civilians operating on the white side, empowered by the myth that it's the right side. So much death and detrimental lives. And they remain free no matter the crime. Flip the script, I'm guaranteed hard time. We gotta do better, step into the light. Come together, cause the vision is plight. With no second thoughts or special considerations. Those oppressive systems need heavy investigating, complete eradication of those who move like Satan. They want us all extinct, that fact is so blatant. We will never fall in line with the picture they painting. Stand the test of time, for we are beyond sacred. We are beyond sacred.
We are beyond sacred. Oh my gosh. And child, we came prepared. Like, we out here. Yes. Thank you for that. That was everything. We was in the chat and I was in both. I was in the chat and on Facebook because it just brought up so much for me. Thank you for that. And we swayed. Just mad bars. It's just amazing. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for sharing with us bits and pieces of yourself, so much of yourself actually, not just bits and pieces but so much. And speaking of sharing of themselves, I want to bring on our next creative, our next artist, Jonah.
Hi everyone. I have a series of short poems, so it's a few of them. I figured I'd start today with one about pride. So pride is a scar. Tell your children the story of your scars. Do it in the open and teach them how to not carry shame. Expose every gnash to them, down to the smallest scrape, proof that you were once in the fight. Warn them not to be like the man who spends his days muddy in the pig trough, stealing their fat to smear his belly and mask his wounds not fully healed. Show them the skin discolored by time, wrinkled or stretched too thin from the pull of a world that has been unkind. And let them place their hand upon it, trace their finger upon it, to see that pride is a scar. And they'll know why you are strong, that you wear remnants of a failed attempt to break you, of a wound that did not fester. This next poem is called The Ballad of Sargent in honor of Sarah Bartman. We want your body, Venus, but great grandma Tootsie say I don't need no more jungle. So I nestle in the leaves one more night and leave the comforts of my home for strange lands made of concrete. Where will I lay my head? Strut like Venus Hottentot, blackened in the sun. Move your fingers down the stripes of her stretch marks, the lines of a circus tent. Caress every line, Aphrodite. Sarah, oh Sarah, look at you, all stout on that table. Are your thighs cold on that doctor's slab? Shake it, shake it, shake it, Venus Hottentot. Make them bubbles pop on the lid of the embalming tank. We want your body, Hottentot. We want it black and in the sun. This next one is in honor of all those of melanated heritage. It's called Shea Butter Baby. Shea Butter Baby, Shea Butter Baby, yellow brick, so prone to melting, soft and thick. Black butter baby smell like soap, knees just a buckling, newborn coat. Curl pattern baby, wear your shit. Hair so thick, full nose and lips. Black soap baby, skin so soft, black or bronze, can't take it off. Shea butter baby, why so sad? Child, be excited. Come on, be glad. The sun live inside you, true sun kissed. Hair so thick, full nose and lips. Black butter baby, cage bird sings, dips and swings. Spread your wings. This next poem is called Naps, in honor of Vanessa Van Dyke, who got kicked out of her school for her natural hair. Vanessa Van Dyke fought the bullies as best as she could. The solution was simple: to straighten or cut. Clearly, this was a test sent by God and to the students and staff and janitors and mice at Faith Christian Academy to see if the faithful could Hail Mary through the sin on her scalp. The walk to fourth period for her was a passion of naps. The hallways thralled in their fragrance, smelled like the sweat of Christ's scalp rolling down his black brow. They've read of its shape before. They've seen it in the dust cloud made from the fall of Samson's pillars, killing 1,000 Philistines. Was Delilah seated amongst them? What a shock they must have had to learn that it simply came out that way, that the efforts of their forefathers and mothers were in vain. That the daughters of Europa, who, once learning that the babes were born, refusing to abandon the coil, their heads instead clinging to the curls at birth, made decrees to snuff out the mulattoes. Blue linen and calicos, head wraps, with white gloves to serve the tea. But Vanessa Van Dyke fought the bullies as best as she could, sitting at the desk in fourth period, affront the jeer of ivory angels, ignoring the voice of God, telling her to straighten or to cut. Wear that shit, baby. Don't wrap that shit, baby. Next one is called On Reading Black Poetry in an All-White Class. I recall the way the room shut down, the way the voices clamped, how the outies became innies when they found out. It was not Frost, it was not Poe, it was not Plath, it was not Twain, it was McKay. I recall how the bee lost its sting, the fish its fin, the brute his mean left hook, the groans for haste, the refusal to water the flower planted with black hands, nestled in black soil, under tar black eyes, for black ears. A song sang to the world, understood in part, lived in part, heard only by black ears. The next one is called Water. There are an estimated 1 million black bodies at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. The corpses of hugging the sandy reefs. Who will retrieve their bones? It seems like black skin was made for water, how we crave its embrace, The sting of ocean salts and fire hose torrents must have been attractive to our color, must have been cooler than the heat of being passed along. It's so cruel the way it rejects us. Alligators and water fountains and public pools and silk presses kept us away from water so long that now we can't swim. So who will retrieve their bones? This one is called My People, in honor of Zora Neale Hurston. My people, cries the lowly Negro, hands cracked, back arched. Don't look at the white man in the eye. He waits for dusk and sings the blues. He sows all he sows and sings the blues. My people, cries the laughing Negro. Loud talking and jubilant, barefoot and frying fish, telling stories till dusk. He laughs his tale and sings the blues. He tells the stories and sings the blues. My people, cries the educated Negro. New slack and fingernails clean. He's found his way to the drinking gourd and knows Socrates. He eats with right, but sings the blues. He reads like Hughes, but sings the blues. My people, cries the uppity Negro, the better thinking Negro, secured in flight. He's got ideas just like the boys. He ain't like us, but he sings the blues. He knows the words, and he sings the blues. My people, the blues, the blues. Sing the blues, sing the blues. The Negro speaks of galaxies, or my frustration with there being no niggas in space. Who told the lie that the Negro had no place in outer space when our skin so clearly mirrors the cosmos? The way our black imitates the void, and how our gravity so compels the world to crash into our orbit, how our complexion eats up photon spectrums and reflects tones and freckles like stars, how we can be both everything and nothing. This poem is called The Trail, or Bloodlines, which is in recognition of the 4,000 Cherokee freedmen, Black members of the Cherokee tribe, who I'm actually a descendant from, who lost tribal status in 1978. The Trail. I too know something about not belonging, losing my name, not counting. I'm writing this because I see them, because they need to be seen. The tears we cried then with you, Oklahoma bound, 4,000 strong. One young buck gave for an acre, given back, home, returned. The trail, we walked it with you. Cherokee, red and black, strong, freed the freedmen back to nowhere and cut their tongue, 4,000 strong. And this last poem is very, very near and dear to me. It is called Ashe, the Prayer of Remembrance. And this is in honor of all ancestors, diaspora, native, brown, oppressed, colonized. This is about remembrance and how to remember. It's a subtle magic, like the prick of a finger, a single drop of blood, a child's first yearning. A turning page in a photo album does not do it justice. The act of remembrance, the whole of it, must be felt as well as said. This is where the divine lives. The spell is born with the lift of the tongue, a ceremonial dance of pink behind the gums, holies of holies released with the parting of your lips. You have permission to wield this power, to abandon your flesh and enter into creation. Speak, Black man, speak the names of your ancestors. The imprint of their life is in the trees. I too am an ancestor not yet past and gone. I say, speak, Black woman, speak the names that you refuse to forget. The names our men failed to remember. You gathered their souls in a basket from the river Styx. They survived the long blow of time's breezes because of you, and they grow safe inside the earth with all her mysteries. You are her avatar, her breath, her mirror. Speak to spirit, all spirit, both and neither. You are the earth and all her mysteries. You are nature in its purest form. Sweeten the names of those you choose to remember. Sweeten the names of those past and gone. Mother in the gardens, I sweeten your name. Father, with all your time, I sweeten your name. Brother, sister, see me now. I sweeten your name. I sweeten your name. Ashe. Thank you.
Jonah, I'm over here crying and stuff, and I don't even cry. Ashe, Ashe. That was beautiful. Y'all putting me through the ringer today. I can't take much more, y'all. I don't even cry. I'm just all of that that y'all are bringing in this space, Sun and Jonah. Like, thank you. And before I start crying more, I want to go to I never cry. This is something, okay? I want to go to our next artist. Thank you so much, Jonah. I want to bring on another amazing, creative, versatile. It's on you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Versatile Poetic. I just want to give you the definition of spoken word, poetry out loud, for those of you who don't know, and the four core elements of hip hop, which are rapping, DJing, breakdancing, and graffiti. I hope you get a mix of versatility today. First poem I'm going to start with is called Black White. Black, white, white, black, that's how you act. It's historical fact. Right, wrong, wrong, right. Chalk lectures the blackboard. Knowledge ignites the candle for history to rewrite the manual. Ebonics ride the curses from society, dumping bodies in the black hearse. Is too deep to reverse. Learn song notes plain until you pale. Melting pot created by white arms holding the hammer. Crystals in the black hands crack the cement in the cell. Darkness buried in the box, numb from the oxy. Picking at the cotton, breathing the gin, swallow the jack, throw the black to stay on track. Test your ability, hear the possibility, place the versatility, a black-white commodity. Black bags of hope burned in vain, name calling Cain, wet out your brain. Agony stains like pain, wetter than the rain. Blind eyes see the flash of logic, it's symbolic, factual, actual, unusual ways to free your sense, to seize the moment from righteous to one. Black, white, it magnifies poetic. The words are kinetic, black ashes of truth chipping away your tooth. A colorblind rhyme inject into the thoughts of a colorblind mind. Black ink walking across the white paper, saluting success. White out the black mistakes, enslaving his progress. A colorless world, a colorless rainbow, a colorless disaster. So I speak of holding black white as the story happily ever after. Black cards drawn from bank accounts and the mouths of excuses. White stars talking to the black sky. A white lie of reality. Black white composition books tracing souls to nationality. White lines sniffed into black holes of fear. Chess game, black white players, separated segregation. King had dreams of black, white, one congregation. The 60s purchased desegregation, and the millennium returned sugar-coated separation. Oreo cookies dipped in milk by innocent kids across the nation. Black, white, reflecting beauty spots on a Dalmatian from 100 to 1. Salt and pepper, push it together. A tasteful melody, bowls of ecstasy from whips of chocolate, white in the cream, black, white, trick or treat. Same struggle, everyone trying to eat. Differences drowned in color, tears dried by similarity, principles of a constitution bleeding on the root of morality, white sheets, find a coup, scream out clocks, call your clan superiority, Black Panthers fighting by any, X means the necessary, eerie feelings writing words, talking talks for me, a missionary. Black, white, see the light in unity. Resurrect the community. Piece to piece, solve the puzzle. Left to right, hip to hop, pitch to black. See the sight, vision, the light. Live the life. Peace, black, white. Thank you. We snap in poetry. Next one. Deception. And maybe you can relate because you've been deceived before. Or maybe you've deceived somebody else before. We all want to achieve, so when the pressure presses or stresses, we willingly deceive. We believe we can get away without consequence, so we constantly try to erase the negative constraints that strain our conscience. I'm just trying to be honest, because those closest to you, behind your back, will treat you like a con artist. If you don't believe me, look into the eyes of another and see where they were stabbed the hardest. It doesn't matter if you're the smartest, dumbest, richest, or poorest, because someone has deceived you. So what do? Run up in their house and leave them black and blue? What if it's someone who loves you, who are always the ones quickest to hurt you, set you up to fly, cut your wings, and desert you? What if it's someone you trust? Not knowing they seek to see your downfall and arrange your death like the friends of Julius Caesar. You see, this is just a mental teaser. You gotta watch the enemy because you could be sleeping with them like Julia Roberts in 91. Friends sitting in your house, creeping into your life like a mouse, behind closed doors masturbating about your spouse. Deception alters this perception of reality, making your dreams crash like Leonardo's Inception. Let's cut the deceit out with the cookie cutter, add lots of butter, then feed each other. Like when Othello's friend drove him to strangle his own girlfriend. How could this happen? They had a strong love that was broken due to lies and deceiving. Strong will, love, and this earth is all we're needing. But it never seems enough because we want what we don't need and need what we don't want. Some of the most notorious gangsters in the world, Frank Lucas, Rayful Edmonds, and Gotti, all stared into the hidden depths of deception inside their own entourage and didn't even know it. Corner stores sell the cheap and unhealthy to the poor. Hold on to that fact. Let me add some more. Why pay nothing to receive nothing, but have to pay more to receive something when the same something is a worldwide necessity? Healthy food deceives us too. Religious figures deceive with the Lord's name in vain. Politicians are lying to you. The government wants money from unjustified uses, but you pay taxes because that's what you have to do. Deception was drinking your coffee and tea this morning. Deception filled up your gas tank. Deception is printed inside the tongue of your Nike check sneakers. Deception is written on the blackboard by the teachers. Deception broke the law in court by the lawyers. Welfare, paying dues for just some who take advantage, happy to do nothing while chewing on a Section 8 sandwich. You drive a Benz, but at your house, roaches are your secret friends. Things are not always the way that they seem, like the hidden pregnancy of a Jehovah's Witness teen. So be aware, because deception makes the world turn around, and deception will always stand its ground. The question is, will you? Thank you very much. Next one is called Orphans Cry. Trigger warning on this piece. Domestic violence and alcoholism and adoption are discussed. White leather and a black hearse, no family inside, made it worse. Cedarwood coffin, new home for orphan. Little girl, 9 years old with a Jerry curl. She liked the ice cream with the chocolate swirl. Her favorite cookies, twisting Oreos. Long glass of milk 3 days earlier where the story goes. She sat in her room, reading Catcher in the Rye, hiding behind the catches, the punches she would catch in the eye. She smelled an aroma, not knowing in minutes it would all be over. Sounds from the kitchen, chairs crashed and screamed. Daddy was hitting. Mommy sobs nailed to the walls. She took blows the size of a semi-truck as she started to fall. Her lifeline splattered all over the stove. She was tucked in the fetal position because his violence wasn't missing. So the little girl rose to her life-changing moment, ran to Daddy's office and grabbed the 8mm that would end all the torment, stumbled down the stairs, gun shaking in her hand from all those years. She reached the door of the kitchen, tears dripped to the tip of her nose. She stared at the barrel where the bullet goes, grabbed the safety to her childhood, got back to the fact she was tired of all the smacks, 'cause Daddy would drink too many cognacs. He now had his knees on Mommy's breast, both hands groped around her neck. There was no turning back. Vexed all the nights he would blow smoke in her face as he burned her black. This so-called daddy used to beat her hips so she was sore on the lips. So for all the pain, she would take his life like she stole a bag of chips. 4 shots, 2 hit his thigh, 1 in between the eye. He slumped over lifeless. Mommy wasn't moving either. She didn't know why. Saw the 4th bullet hole in her abdomen and started to cry. She just wanted to save her from Daddy's grip. She wasn't thinking as she was leaving the clip. Kitchen floor flooded with puddles of blood. She held the face of the mother she loved, looked to the ceiling only to see the light of the devil above. Took one last breath. Rush and relent the bullet chamber. One pull of the trigger meant danger. The hands of God couldn't save her. One slug of lead fell into her head, and she fell next to the woman who always made sure she was fed. The neighbor called 911 emergency, claimed they heard shots. Paramedics on the suicide murder scene with the cops. Family of 3 sitting in body bags. Names in red ink on the tags. Detectives started the investigation. DNA results solved the complication. The little girl was adopted. You see the hurt inside this home, no one could have stopped it. An STD was found in a vaginal cavity. Autopsy results matched the mother to the tragedy, connecting the father to the agony. I had to tell it because it bothers me. They never found the little girl's biological parents. White leather and a black hearse, no family at the funeral made her the parent. Detectives and paramedics watched the cedarwood coffin drop but couldn't bear it. I gave the eulogy, but nobody wanted to hear it. This little girl, long live her spirit, lost orphan, only 9 years old, and her life never flourished into proportion. Why didn't her mom just have an abortion? This little girl lives inside of every person who has seen evil, never understanding why their life doesn't live it up like other people. I'm the neighbor who did nothing to save her. Now a fiend to a needle filled with flavor. If you can help those in need, never ever think twice about doing a good deed. Because you don't know to be planted in your life like a seed. I live with that last goodbye like a lost soul that didn't try. At night, I toss and turned with nightmares of why. All because I witnessed an orphan's cry. That's Orphan's Cry. Thank you very much. This last piece is called Me. And I hope you learned something about me. And I hope that you learn something about yourselves. To even try to depict me, do me a favor, grab a Dutch with flavor. I'll break up the words and roll the knowledge. Now you pull the intellect. Wait, hold it. Feel the simulation and blow the poetry. Now that you've inhaled this poetic high, let's give it a try. What do you wonder when you see a woman living not by what supposed to be 5'8", long hair, thick thighs, little booty, and brown skin lay under the blankets of materialism that covers my exterior and traps my interior? I'm a foreign lesson unknown to you, so approach me with caution. My mind is dense and hard, a beating nightmare. Athletic, ambitious, and outgoing are traits that don't create me. I'm a fiend for pulling a trigger. Pew! and blowing away ignorance. I despise the fools that label themselves because society said so. Don't define me because definitions are best friend to Webster. And don't try to look for the 411 of me because Wikipedia won't tell you the full truth. Oh, my swag buzz through like a good nut. And leaves them thinking, what? My attitude doesn't reflect what they thought, but what they see in me. I'm a rebel to the rules and a conformist to the abnormal. You see, most eyes that are set upon me see image of a male. Why? They say men wear this and women wear that. Claimed who? Well, I wear those and these, so I am this and that together. My uniqueness is fed as different, but swallowed as judgment, and have a personality that is impersonal, I must confess. An emotion you could never configure. It's no advertisement. You see, women snicker when I pass by, because they're intrigued by my mystery and trapped by the closet. Men beam when I walk by, showing they're lit, because they think I got between their woman split. I laugh. Because if my clothes were off, those men would hit. Now let's penetrate a little deeper. You roll the knowledge this time. People like me get killed for their existence. And when I die, I'm going out smiling, knowing I was me. You see, many wear masks because they're horrified by who they really are. Now, please wash down what I said with a glass of sense, because we got to make it common to the people so they understand. My sexuality isn't my preference. It's only my resource. What is me? Poetry is me. Music is me. A white rose is me. Genesis 6 is me. Darfur is me. 4 little girls in Alabama is me. Matthew Shepard is me. Troy Davis is me. Trayvon Martin is me. Eric Garner is me. Mike Brown is me. Alton Sterling is me. Philando Castile is me. Tamir Rice is me. Sandra Bland is me. Breonna Taylor is me. Ahmaud Arbery is me. George Floyd is me. Anybody brutalized by the police that didn't make the national news is me. Black Lives Matter is me. Pulse nightclub is me. Sandy Hook Elementary School is me. Charleston, South Carolina is me. Las Vegas, Nevada is me. New Parkland, Florida is me. The Day of Action is me. Racial justice is me. Arts and Ideas, the festival is me. The New Haven Pride Center is me. Love is me, pain is me, war is me, terror is me. The woman in New York City that holds the torch is me. Oh, discover something. It is seen, it's felt, it's known, and it's lived. Who am I? You are me. Thank you so much. My name is Versatile Poetic. Thank you for allowing me to versatile your poetic. And I hope now you know why they call me Versatile Poetic. Peace and love, everybody.
You are me. Versatile is me. Sun is me. We wouldn't be without you and me. Oh, y'all keep making. Yo, I've had bars all day, fam. Versatile. Thank you for that, as usual. As usual. I love the playfulness and artistry in the way that you use your cadence as well as your words. And then, like, a word actually means this, but it means that. I just love that. And I just really, y'all are amazing. Y'all are me. Do you want to drop any notes or whatever before we go to the next person verse?
Thank you for the opportunity. Shout out to all of you beautiful people. We're here. And yes, me is we is me. We're all in this together. And I've just learned, I just want to drop one quick gem. Anybody feeling alone, you're not alone. Like, you ever felt alone? Like, seriously, everyone has. It's like, why am I the only one with the red cup? I'm the only one with the red cup. Why can't I have the water bottle next to it? I'm the only one. Trust me, someone else has the red cup and the water bottle too. Trust me, you're not alone. And it's the people that come together for healing. Does that make sense? And I've learned just do your best to heal people. Seriously, whatever it takes, whether it's by yourself to heal, drawing, painting, expressing, whatever you got. Red cup, water bottle, activism, event. You're not alone. That's all I got. Like seriously, you're not alone. Love all of you. Please, please. And if you need help, seek it. That's what I'm saying. You're not alone. Seek that help. There's people who are just like you and maybe a little worse than you. Just saying. I need this water, but I got the red cup and the water cup. I don't know. I mean, I don't know which one. Well, which one? I'm thirsty. So, what I'm saying? I'm thinking the water. I mean, it's running out. Just saying, you're not alone. That's the whole point. You're
Yes, thank
beautiful.
you
You
for
are not
that.
alone. You're not
Thank you
alone. I
for that.
promise
Thank
you.
you for
Thank
that.
you, all of you. Shout out to the New Haven Pride Center. We love
We
you.
out here.
And shout out to Pride Month, just saying.
We out
And,
here.
and whatever plug, it's Juneteenth next weekend, so whatever y'all got going on, just let us know. Thank you.
Yes.
Much love. Appreciate you.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so much. Appreciate
Versatile. Thank you. And I am going to bring you another beautiful, amazing, inspiring, creative. I want to introduce you to Carly. Take it away.
Thank you, Anna. Good evening, everybody. My name is Carly Webb, and why am I going last with all this star power here? Why did y'all have to put me last? See, why did I have to bring this home? I mean, Son could have done it. Versatile probably should have been doing this, but hey, I guess I get to be the anchor link in this relay, I guess. But it's okay. And I have a theme for my set tonight. I just want to do a set of 3 poems. I have a set of 3 that I'm going to be getting into in a little minute. And the theme of this set is emancipate ourselves from inner slavery. Only we ourselves can free our minds. I want you to keep that in mind as we go through it tonight. One of the poems I'm going to produce is something, being black and queer and trans is something that's in me that needs to be let out. Now I'm going to warn you right now, it's rated WT for it went there. My second poem I wrote after January 6th. And again, there's some anger in the words, but also there's anger and sadness in the words, but also it is also a rededication to the struggle that we're talking about tonight, and that's achieving racial justice. And if we want to achieve true justice in our society and free our society from the vestige of racism, homophobia, and imperialism, and transphobia, the things we're really talking about when we talk about justice and we talk about reparations, we talk about repair, the first thing is we have to come to grips and be open with that anger, be open with that sadness, and not use them as lamentations, but as dedications to further struggle. And finally, this is a piece that I wrote that in a sense became a personal declaration of independence for me, especially in the way my life has turned, especially in the last 4 years, and the way that this community and the way all these wonderful people, all of whom performed tonight, have been the very people who have influenced me and told me that, yes, you can. But before I get into the set, before I get into my set, I must give appreciation and salutation, because in this last year of frustration and isolation, as the virus swept the nation, forced to hold our places, seeing the loss of our spaces, while seeing the excesses of the transphobes and the racists, so much pain seeking deliverance from this virus spreading by official indifference. Queer family fractured and convulsing in shock and paralysis. But we saw through all the analysis that some of us masked up and went out and kept the lifeblood flowing. We aided each other because we were all knowing the gaps that need filling. So mutually we aided each other, held space for each other, showed up for each other, worked the case for each other. When others contracted, we expanded, we banded together. And if in the past we took it for granted, we learned how much we valued the center, the core, the space, the team at this time. Elliot, our Max, Miranda, Boo, Devontae, Maya, Laura, Juan Carlos, Patrick. They hit the home runs, they scored the hat trick. They made the play with the clock running and when the need was greatest. No Lombardi trophy can measure the greatness, the glory, the power, our pride, our center, our space, our home, showed true under fire in their finest hour. We may not have a championship ring, but we can ring their cash register. In this Pride Month, give to New Haven Pride Center. In this last year, this space, our space, was faced with unprecedented challenge in the form of a tiny little virus that you need an electron microscope to see, but it changed an entire world in this last 15 months. And when others had to retreat, this Pride Center, our Pride Center, New Haven Pride Center, advanced and expanded and pushed forward. And now in this Pride Month, a good way to say thank you and we're with you is to make a little donation. And I know it's been rough for all of us, but hey, kick in what you can. Kick in what you can. Because in this year, our Pride Center kicked in for a community, many of whom were under siege in this tough year. This is a good way in this Pride Month where we can actually get back out there and celebrate a little more and breathe a little easier. Let's help our Pride Center breathe a little easier too. And now we continue. Now that public service announcement by yours truly. Now we get into the set. My first one is called "Hey Sis Folks, Where You At?" And I'm warning you. The following is rated WT for went there. Cis folk, where you at? Where you at? Trans black folks staying under attack. Really, any of y'all have our back. Where you at, cis folks? Why you staying in the back instead of riding for me? Just want to make a wisecrack misgender. All the trash that you render. Take that transphobic message and return it to sender. Hey, black folk, what it's all about? Where your child say they trans and then you throwing them out of their home into the street like an urchin. Cis black support, we constantly searching. Trans black people standing on the front line from Stonewall to Ferguson. We're there each time, but trans black folks wind up dead by the violence. Only marching causes the march of silence. Hey, I'll shock your brother and Martin silent as can be. No call for action from my NAACP. Shame and blame, it's the same old game. The bigotry remains while things stay the same. Finger pointing at the victim in piety and spite. And even in death, the press don't get her name right. Community plays dumb, people stay mum until they come and say she wasn't a she, son. The lack of empathy, the veil of ignorance, cis people's resistance to trans black resilience. All the BS chatter placed on a platter when transphobic cis black folks yelling Black Lives Matter. But every black life doesn't make the cut. Too many of my black trans folks shot in the gut and don't hide behind your pastor like a little poo, but I killed the dude because I thought he was a slut. Like he wasn't righteous. He going to hell because she was finding it on hell. Oh yeah, she rang your bell. You lost yourself calling it illegit, perpetrating and faking when you was trying to spit, or you getting rude and getting attitude. Sorry about this. My prompter died. Come on. Hold on, my prompter died. Because your ace homie wasn't born as a dude, but he's on the front lines and he makes the time. Did you have his back when his life and lives were on the line? When the trans troop band threatened my boy Darren while we was protesting the solidarity, you weren't sharing. My homie D in the cut, a year plus out of work because their rights aren't protected. They homeless and getting drugged, fighting the system while left in the lurch. While my cis community folks decided to shirk the responsibility, all while they denying me at the same time, yelling, black people should be free. While minute to minute, anti-trans crowd blows, while too many cis folks turning up their nose, saying I'm not real, I have no right to feel, your life doesn't matter. You all know the deal. My gender has changed, but the skin remains. There's no time for drama. This thing's not a game. Black is still black. Stop resisting me. All my sisters, my brothers, and my non-binary peeps. So stop being creeps. Stand with us in resistance so we can all reach the freedom and human rights in this place. Stop cooning and buffooning. ADF in black face. We shall overcome. Fighting is one. Please, my cis family, stop acting dumb. Cis folk, where you at? Where you at? Trans black folks staying under attack. Cis folks, it's past time to have our back. And yes, even my iPad didn't want me to go there, but I needed to go there tonight. Now, my next one is one that, like I said, I'm going to be spitting a little anger tonight. And this next one is one some of you may have seen me perform. I performed this at Raise the Vibration back in February. And it's very close, to me, and it was a way to deal with the anger and the revulsion I felt at what I saw and what we saw back on January 6th. It wasn't that long ago, and we should never forget it. Verily I say unto you, we shall have multicultural democracy for all our people, or we shall have a white nationalist police state. Which side are you on? Ain't no democracy, but he's gone. They stormed the norms, they fell away. Ain't no democracy, but he's gone. They say all right, now all wrong. There's two sides, only one can stay. Did you think it ended when the votes were called in Philly? The nightmare ended when red turned blue? Uninterrupted your brunch, let me talk to you. Because the regular programming schedule has been permanently disrupted. Deception, inspection, insurrection. Quite frankly, we did lose this election. Because it was never a bug, it's the feature. Never mind how we elected a filmmaker and a preacher. There's a night when the lights went out in Georgia. Rich right-wing white woman ain't selling a scam. Backwoods Southerners, mostly white, new antebellum others still didn't get the word that a tiny virus has more power than your dirty, hairy fantasy. C to the O to the V to the I to the D to the 1 to the 9, and nobody's getting there. Shot. I said nobody's getting there. Shot. Indifferent and defiant, no man staying silent. Nobody's getting that. Shot. Disjointed like my nation all over the place, letting the angry and unhinged taking up space. You thought you won? It turned out they did. Stars and bars underneath the Capitol dome. They want to be back in the land of cotton. Rolling Republicans so damn loud. Look away, oh, boring gods. I do declare Washington is Richmond now. Dixie rose again from Kentucky west to the Rocky Mountains high, gun-toting Confederate from Colorado. And continues Clockwork Orange doing his little bit of the old ultra-violence that you thought was silent. They taunt us in defiance with a knee in the throat of Lady Liberty. Regime change, but the climate stays the same, but you just want to have brunch and forget. Forget George, forget Brianna, forget Armand, forget Tony McDade, forget the movement, Forget that the old ultraviolence is new again, because we're going to make America straight again. We're going to make America hate again. We're going to make America be right again. We're getting impeached. Oh, let's pick on the transy who's-its again. Oh, will you stay home and have cake, buncha? Will you plug in your Netflix, tune in, and cop out? Or the cops are out there throwing out tenants, and Lee's battle flag is in your Senate, but you'll stay out and say, my name's Karen, I ain't in it. Pick and choose, win, lose, no ties, it's win or die. You turn that mother blue, you got your booty to the polls, but your system still got bought and sold. Half million souls in the ground, while the polar ice caps are making that splitting sound. 150 lawmakers where no real values are found. The good ship of the shining city on Capitol Hill, held by Confederate troops, run aground. Good people, we can't return to our home. Stacey Abrams can't do it alone. Good people, there's no both sides. There's no time to run and hide. Both sides collide. With whom shall you ride? Our future hinges on what you decide. Ain't no democracy, but he's gone. They stormed the north and fell away. Ain't no democracy, but he's gone. They say our rights are all wrong. There's two sides, only one can stay. But amid anger, amid our sadness, and amid the obvious challenge that we are facing before us, be it getting justice in our streets, be it building a different way to police our society, be it a different way to organize our society, be it finally extending the hard-won human rights to truly every American. There's a little thing called the Equality Act, kind of wants that passed. Yes. Oh, yes, President Biden, I'm talking to you. But even within that, we as a people, we, especially as queer people, I often say that the first revolution begins in the self. And all revolutions, they say that all communities begin with the individuals. When individuals make an individual decision to truly become community. This last poem for me tonight is me finally realizing where my true power lied and where my truth lied and where my heart is. It's called Let Go. I let go of the straight and narrow, of being what the script said I should be. I let go of what's demanded. Let's go of the hostile and heavy-handed. I don't need to build a brand, and I will not be branded. I let go of success in me, and set me free to be the best me. I let go of the cliches, the gameplay, all the clickbait corporate catchphrase. Instead of being a game changer, I seek regime change. I march to change the inhumane system. I must right the wrongs as we list them. I let go of the nihilism and cynicism and found my revolutionary optimism. No more hiding me away in fear. My life got better when it got clear. I see, I order, here, now, pause, work, and be effective. I found my individual works best in a collective. I let go of mundane, inane, doing things over again, because that's insane. I let go of the past and the future to stay in this minute of time. I'll make the climb and I will not look down. I will reach the crown that we all will wear and a vision that we all will share. I let go of the doubts of where I fit in and just accepted that I fit in and didn't question. and accepted comradeship and accepted the acceptance of a new family, my family, our family. My life got better when I let go. And thank you all for letting me be a part of this beautiful, messy, wonderful, powerful, revolutionary queer family. Good night and happy Pride.
Thank you for that, Carly. Our future hinges on what you decide. And that for me, sis, I wrote that down at the top of the page. I made a new line. Our future hinges on what you decide. And that is for specific for the folks in our queer community, right? Like it's time for us all to step out of our safe silos and queerness if we have been fortunate to find one and really step into this radical being that we so desperately need for our community. And of course, the straights will be affected by this. So, you know, we just got to get it together for us and everyone else wins.
Well, I'll tell you, just two things here. Number one, a special message to all those who are proud to first step out. Be that, call it whatever you want, stepping out of the closet, your egg cracked, whatever it is. Just know that when it's your time, your family's here. When it's your time, your family's here. And I'm going to tell you, you don't know what package that family could be in, but your family is here. To those of us who are already out and about, be prepared to accept family that may not look like you, may not pray like you, may not like your baseball team like you, may not dance like you, may read different books from you, but be prepared to accept that family. Not only accept that family, be ready to respect that family and learn from that family. And learn from that family. We don't want to be blind to our differences. We want to learn them, because the more we learn about each other, the more we learn about our people together, the stronger we're going to be as a collective. And for all of us,
Ashe.
let's don't ever forget that pride. And don't get me wrong, we can get our party on. We can shake it a little bit. I'm gonna shake Black Pride next weekend. Black Pride next weekend, yes, I'm going to shake it up like dice. So I will tell you that right now with the cat ears on. I will come there, but let's not forget that, especially after we've been cooped up for a year, don't forget that Pride was a fight back. And if you need a reason to fight back, look at this last year. Look at the economic violence that's happened in this last year. Look at the violence on our streets that happened in the last year. Look at the violence that's happening to LGBTQ people right now. And also look at the fact that there's two words we need to be saying constantly, like a mantra in this next month: Equality Act. Equality Act. That affects all of us. And straight folk, it affects you too. Because the people who want to stop that act want to use that as a way to roll back everything. That's been their goal from the beginning. Tony Benn said it best, that every generation must continue to fight the fight to secure democracy.
Ashe.
This is our fight now. This is our generation's time. And we have a duty to fight for our freedom. And we have a duty to win.
We must love and respect one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Ashe. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Thank you so much, Carly. Thank you so much, Jonah, Carly, Ian, Versatile, Sun. Thank you so much. You folks are amazing. Ashe. May many blessings fall upon your heads. May your load be full of ease and blessings and manifestations of everything that would bring you honor and peace for the rest of your existences. Thank you for sharing so much of your vulnerability with us. And thank you to this amazing, beautiful audience that has joined us all day for this amazing day of action. I just want to say this was the perfect event to close us out. You know, some of us didn't get to go to everything that happened in this amazing day. So if you were able to experience this showcase and experience the power of the spoken word, you pretty much got a glimpse of all the blessings that happened today. Make sure that you share all these live events for your friends and community who were working or doing other stuff and weren't able to watch right now. You can watch us on YouTube and you can always watch our live streams. But I want to thank you, and I want to close out the evening and say thank you so much for joining us for today's program. Remember, the New Haven Pride Center is here for you year-round with dynamic programming, support services, case management, and more. You can find out about all of our upcoming programming at newhavenpridecenter.org. And don't forget to explore the rest of the International Festival of Arts and Ideas. Thank you so much. You folks are amazing. Yes, and as Versatile said, in poetry we snap. And don't forget to pay us at the Pride Center, because as you know, when you pay us, you pay the beautiful creatives and artists that you saw today. We take care of ourselves, just like Carly said. We provide for our community. That is the first thing that we do. And one of my favorite songs, we feed your mind, body, and soul. Thank you so much for joining us for the Day of Action. Make sure that you find us on YouTube, on Facebook, and if you would like some extra information on youth programming, please email me at youth@newhavenpridecenter.org. Search us on the website. There I go, right there. Oh, wait, right here. We have peer support mentor starting. We have amazing youth programming for the summer, and Queer Camp starts next week. And don't forget, if you want to send us some donations for Queer Camp, send them on right through to the New Haven Pride Center. Thank you again so much. We love you. We honor you.